Hello, YouTube. Good morning on this fine day. It'll probably change when it leaves the beta branch. It probably will. I don't know. Like that trailer is kind of pretty good. You're off today? Been messing around with the update? Hell yeah. Always bet on Santa. They do like to give us the Christmas gifts, don't they? I mean, according to my vision, that is working correctly. Let's check real fast. Oh yeah, it is. I can hear myself. Slap that over there. Slap this over here. All right, let's get started with this, huh? So, I already clicked the modding migration guide and it's unavailable. So, if you guys have any mods and you're trying to play in multiplayer, just turn them off. Every single one, just turn it off right now. You know, give the modders time. No riots. Christmas came early. It sure did. I saw the sleep traits are all gone. Are they really? In single player? I must know. I don't see wakeful. Oh no. They're gone. Motion sickness. That's been in the files for a while. It was called like car sick or something. Any storm forcing us to sleep now? All your presets are gone. My presets are here. Oh, they don't work. No. Rip. Yo, what's up, internet? Multiplayer on Build 42? Yes. It's a Christmas miracle. Fun fact, converting your save file will severely injure your character. Don't load your old saves, guys. Wait until someone comes up with a guide on how to load your old save without ruining everything. Because apparently they're just not compatible. Just warning you right now. Alright, so getting into this. The multiplayer build is a work in progress for stress testing. To ensure a smoother experience and simplify bug tracking and resolution, please adhere to the following guidelines before joining a multiplayer session. Disable debug and mods, even client-side ones. Disable ragdoll physics. They strongly recommend only playing in co-op or on whitelisted servers. And they do not recommend having more than 20 player slots on your dedicated server for now. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. I'm already being invited into multiplayer. You saw it there. Existing presets will choose your occupation you set, but not the traits I noticed. It didn't grab my tailor. I'm still unemployed. Or custom occupation is what it's called nowadays. So this is shooting tailor, which is the build I'd been using for a while. So the presets might just be dead. Has anyone tried using mods in multiplayer? I haven't even booted up multiplayer yet. I've seen a couple people playing it. Obviously, I just got invited to join a server. But, I have seen Bonsai already modded sprinters back into multiplayer, but they do like the hilarious stretchy arm T-pose. So that's a problem. But, you know, they were disabled on purpose for a reason. All right. Next notes here. Improved target selection when aiming firearms. The system now prioritizes body parts, making the head the primary target, followed by spine, pelvis, and other limbs. I believe that's an old note. Believe. These patch notes are pretty long, by the way. Like, And they look like they're more additions and fixes, which is going to be interesting. Inventory object interaction. Update items that can be equipped, unequipped while walking. Appropriate clothing and container items can be equipped while walking, such as hats, gloves, glasses. This is amazing, by the way. I've been complaining about this for a while. Let's see here. Character is walking while also performing the unequipped action for clothing or container item that cannot be worn while walking. Then the unequipped action will be canceled. Added a new body location slot. Satchel. Satchels, water bags, and cowboy canteens. Now all use the body location slot satchel. Oh, hey, that means you can wear the bandolier probably, and your canteen. Yeah, it used to previously use the ammo strap body location. And satchels previously used the back body location. Can you wear a backpack and a... Hold up. Get me in. Can you wear a backpack and a satchel? They changed pathfinding through vaultable fences, and it's not listed. The zombie pathfinding? That seems a little rough. Let's do the large... I did not spell that right. Backpack? Oh, it's like military bag, isn't it? And a satchel. Oh, it has a wear thing instead of equip on back. Oh, you can double up. Yo, this is sick, by the way. That is legit. Is that a new button? Transfer items of matching types in nearby containers? That's convenient. Is that new, though? I can't remember. There's a rare military satchel, too. I'm going to have the fishing one. If I ever get the chance. I think it's the transfer same type from before, just with the icon now. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Like something changed there. I'm not used to these like bottom buttons, especially since you have to mouse over up here and then down here. I wish if I moused over like, I don't know, actually. We'll have to see about the UI uses. They mentioned severely reworking right-click context menus. Well, first of all, I'm in debug, and I don't have a wall of a list here, so they've changed this a bit. Let's hope barricade window came back. I can check that right now. I'm late by an hour. Unsubscribe. I'd point out that normally I don't stream for another 8 hours, but here I am. And this is pretty awesome. Plank. Hammer. Uh-oh. And nails. Can I just get normal nails? There we go. Is it back? Window. Open smash. Oh, you can't barricade it. Will the preview show another plank? It does not show another plank. That's unfortunate. It's better the way it is now. Just get used to it. And Houston's right. There's no need to keep arbitrary exceptions in the right-click context menu. I mean, the whole point of a right-click context menu is to contextually do things. So they're not actually just keeping them there. All right. Like if they move the car stuff to the V context menu, did they actually improve anything? No, it's still in a context menu. Barricade menu is better. For the first plank, it's slower, but every other one is easier, less clicks. So if you right clicked and it was like barricade window, right? See, we have right click unbarricade. If I clicked barricade window and it opened up the same function as the building menu, it would be identical. There is just no reason for it not to be there. Like every single argument against it being there doesn't work. It's just completely wrong. You're like leaving stuff out so that it'll be superior when it's just the same. I saw a patch note how blocked windows except metal sheets still give some light. Oh, like light goes through them? Well, it's like not nighttime. I can fix that actually. My god mode? Probably. This light is on? Oh, it doesn't have an exterior light. Okay, well, that sucks. Back to daytime. All right, what else do we got on this list of amazing things? So you can do backpack and satchel, which is pretty amazing. Does that mean you could still do a fanny pack too? I mean, like you should. Yo, you're loot hoarding. Hopefully there'll be a mod that brings it back. I mean, look at this. It's already here. It's already here. Like, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. What about the military thing? The Alice pack thing? Okay, I'll try that too. Oh, it takes off the fanny packs. But honestly, it's better than the fanny packs because it has more capacity. It's ever so slightly less encumbrance reduction. Oh, the fanny packs don't have a max item encumbrance. So technically you can fit more in them. Like a larger item. It'll be interesting. I still think the fanny packs are better with low strength. But I still think the belt and suspenders is superior because you can put like your water cans and stuff on it. And like an extra knife or something. It just has more. You basically have like 40-50 inventory capacity. I mean, if you make that level like 8 tailoring bag, it's crazy. Double clicking on bandages now applies them to an injury. If there are multiple body parts that can benefit from being bandaged, the body part that is inflicting the most current damage will be the one that's bandaged. You don't have to open up your health menu anymore. Just start. I mean, like we'll have to check to see if it's sane and it does like your neck first, but you just start spam clicking. Double clicking on items in inventory should perform non-destructive actions if appropriate. Is that... Yeah, that's set to be loud for me. Test Expert, please. So the way Expert currently works is that every single weapon in the game just gains the benefit of Expert. So if they fix that, we'll know just by swinging a normal weapon and it being slower. Bleeding profusely from neck, bandages toe. Yeah, I mean, as long as it's sane on the way it's doing it, which I mean they say it is, so it should work. You don't have to open your health menu. You just see that you're injured and you double click a bandage. Double click on literature and map items that are in the inventory will, if they're supposed to be readable by the player, start the reading action. Double clicking on containers that don't have a body location or in-hand model will still equip them. How what hand is equipped is as follows. If the secondary hand is empty, then it will be equipped there. Otherwise, if the primary hand is empty, it'll be equipped there. Otherwise, regardless of what is already in the second hand, it is equipped in the second hand. So it'll never take your weapon out of your primary hand on accident, basically. There's no mention of the condition bug being fixed, but Twist on Fires claims it's fixed. That is so incredibly easy to test that I'll do it right now. What are those wooden spike things called? A stake? Yeah, stake. All right, so I have a stake in my hand. I'll turn off God mode. In my video, I just pushed the door, and then I could break this by swinging at nothing. Yeah, it's fixed. The stakes are pretty high. I mean, that bug, like, destroyed my will to play the game. Enough telling people how to play. Come play with you and Allie. Listen, I'll be there. I have hours of patch note testing to do. You're doing sprinters. I'll be there. Just give me time. I understand you hate us. No. That's it, lads. Zomboid is a clicker game. It kind of is, if you think about it. But by adding these options as clicks, modders will be able to turn them into keybinds pretty easily. That's all they have to do is trigger the function. Lighters and walkie-talkies will be equipped and turned on when double-clicked while in a player's inventory. Hey, does a walkie-talkie work when it's on your belt? Or is that still just a huge problem? Double-clicking on items in the player's inventory that can be activated, such as flashlights, will equip and activate if unequip, or unequip and deactivate if equip. Candles and hurricane lanterns aren't included in this, as they don't work like flashlights. Double-clicking on boxes will unpack them. Player will no longer start eating food items on double-click if the player is aware of them being hazardous to consume, on account of them being burned, rotten, or dangerous uncooked, also uncooked, or has poison that the player is aware of. So I assume someone will be able to make a meal with like a poisonous mushroom in it, and if you don't have herbalist, you'll auto eat it, assumably. As much as this update is amazing, you have a huge backlog of mods to fix now. Yeah, the mods, I mean, like, I looked to see how easy it would be, and it's unavailable. So, like, I don't even know how you're going to fix your mods. Add item icons to destroy for fuel. Multiple items can be set unwanted or unset unwanted when selected. Hey, we're getting back to Excel. Change the loot window. Take same type text button to an image button to match the inventory window buttons. That's cool. I noticed that earlier. Move the loot window container title leftward since it overlapped the weight. Let's see here. Items can be turned on or off. We'll have an on suffix in their names when they're turned on. Oh, that's actually nice. Items like flashlights will now turn off when not equipped. That's convenient because I've destroyed several batteries by just taking my flashlight out of my hand. When an item is equipped from the hotbar and it's not a weapon, it will be placed in the secondary slot. They already mentioned that. Tidied up the right mouse click menu. It's a work in progress. Many options are moved into submenus and have icons. Yeah, that's pretty noticeable. I still think like walk here shouldn't even be on the right click menu, by the way. Like walk here, sit on ground should just be a keybind. And then when you right click and there's nothing there, I guess walk here could stay. So you know you right clicked. But like if you right click and there's no context option, it should just not appear. I don't know, I'll leave that on for the poor YouTube people who don't get music. Oh, let's see here. There's a great quality of life mod that makes walk to a double click option. That seems a little painful. just a little. Crafting and building. Added more subcategories, recipe groups in the crafting menu. Oh boy. Can now shift click on an input or output item to quickly search the exact type. Okay, hold up. Let's check that real fast. So let's say nails. Shift clicking doesn't seem to do anything. Is it in here? Okay, so you can shift click this to see how to make it, basically. Picking up and replacing input items for craft recipes behave the same whether using right click or craft UI. Searching for recipes shows all recipes that have the same characters. Is the music fixed? It's very slowly coming back because the song is just really quiet. Oh, wait, are you talking about the in-game music? We have to check that. I mean, that'll be kind of hard to check, won't it? I have to get in combat with some zombies. Oh, zombies. Look, it's a rat. Oh, combat music works. All right, now I have to just get away from these zombies. So I'm just going to God mode and fly away. All right, well, that pounds in my ears. Multiplayer hype, thank you for the sub. Let's see here. Frozen food for evolved recipes now show explained. They cannot be used. Added keybind under combat, sharpen weapon. That if pressed and the player has a sharpenable item in their primary hand and can sharpen it, it'll actually do it. That's awesome that maintaining your weapon is a keybind now, basically. Added code to handle battery-based radio power, similarly to drainable uses. Okay. Lock the crafting panel by default so it doesn't go away when you walk. Oh, so by default it won't disappear. You have to do it yourself. Added a show all recipe to the tip box. I feel like 2 songs are playing in game. All right, let's see if the combat sound will trigger again. Rip my reload sharpen blades mod. You've been defaulted. I don't know, guys. It doesn't seem to be playing the music. Yeah. Oh, no. Here it goes. It just took it a while. It's fixed. It's fixed. That or I got really lucky on it. We'll never know. You need to log in to get the PDFs, or you can use a mirror in the modding channel. Oh, interesting. Okay. Move plastering, wallpaper, and painting options to the build menu. Removed all above from the right-click menu. Added tooltip to advise players of the move. They need to just stop doing that, by the way. Added new icons in the build menu. Added a new trait. Okay, this isn't actually new, but we haven't had access to multiplayer, so it wasn't available. Motion sickness now occurs when moving forward and backwards with an exponential increase based on speed. Effects are doubled during skids or sharp turns. 25% sickness progression when off-roading. Or plus 25% sickness progression when off-roading. Motion sickness now affects all vehicle occupants. progressing 50% slower for the driver. Iron Gut reduces progression by 30%. Weak Stomach increases it by 30%. Motion Sensitive replaces Poor Passenger and is available in both single player and multiplayer. Trait cost, -4 points. So this is basically everyone is going to be using this trait because it's a free 4 points. You like how the wording of the first point here doesn't say it's for driving only? Yeah, it's funny. This is literally just a free 4 points right now. It's confusing why they added this in the state it's currently added in. I'm just not sure why they did this, but oh, look, a car. Conveniently just jammed in the corner here. All right, get rid of God mode. Player stats. I'll switch over to proper gameplay mode here real fast and give myself motion sickness. Or motion sensitive. It really just needs like motion sickness. All right, so you'll see I will get queasy up here pretty fast. Yep, there it is. Already queasy. I'm nauseous. I'm sick. And I have a fever. Now, unlike the normal fever in game, this doesn't instantly kill you. So it seems to be almost completely free other than the fact that it makes you overheat and drink more water. Wait, multiplayer is coming? Multiplayer's already out, brother. Get in. Log in. Can you die of motion sickness? It doesn't seem so, but I think... I don't know if it's just they changed cars, because I haven't really had much chance to test the patch yet. But I feel like you turn a little slower. I don't know. Yeah, this is just straight up 4 free points if you can afford the water. Hop into build 42 multiplayer? Not yet. The fever from multiplayer, most sensitive, doesn't kill you multiplayer. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. It seems to just be free trait right now. A fever from driving a minute is wild. Yeah, I like completely work in progress trait that they just turned on for some reason. I no clue why. Just enjoy your Christmas present of 4 extra trait points. Does the fever do anything else, or is it just hot? It seems to just be hot being hot, and it goes away really fast too, by the way. Did they get Lucky back? I did not see Lucky. Lighting. Also, they removed the sleep traits. Disable individual rooms being darkened. Entire building still black out when cut away from a distance. Oh, this... So, yeah, some of these notes are from the previous patches, the hot fixes. Barricades and curtains allow some light to pass through them even when the vision is blocked. That's pretty awesome. How much is claustrophobia affected by being in a car? It says gradually. Let's check that. Debug, zombies, removal. Add trait. Claustrophobic. Oh, I did see Allison mention you can take claustrophobic and agoraphobic again. At the same time. I mean, I'm already panicked, so... Oh, wait, nervous? Yeah, that's panicked. I mean, it's going up slow, but, like... By the time you've driven anywhere, unless this caps out, you're just going to be full panic every single time. Think they removed the sleep traits for multiplayer? Absolutely, they removed them for multiplayer. Nothing about weapon durability fix. It appears to have been fixed, even though there's no patch note. The exclusive traits don't conflict anymore. All of them? They might have broke traits, and that's why that works. Okay, I'm just going to click here and see if it keeps going up. Yeah, it keeps going up. So if you're claustrophobic and you get in a car, you're just going to max panic. Now, the good news is it goes up so slow that you could still sleep in a car. So you just hop in and really quickly slam sleep, and you should be fine. We'll see how long that takes to go away in the background. Might get build 43 before the end of civilization. Yeah. Sleep in multiplayer is such a pain. Yeah, I mean, I always use the sleep with friends mod because always having 100 fatigue increases your stamina regen and you're like a Terminator. But sleep with friends, you'd have to sleep for like a couple minutes. It was a perfect time to like sleep in game and like go eat a snack or go bathroom or something like that, because it'd be like 2 minutes of sleeping every day. But I don't know. We'll have to wait for that mod to update, right? Added properties control light being filtered through the closed curtains for modders and mappers. You know what? Let's check that out real fast. I should be able to. Yeah, these rooms should have. They have skylights. I wonder if the skylights work in these. So I should be able to just close this curtain somehow. Oh, I don't like. Okay, whatever. Oh, yep. There is a little bit of light coming in through that. Okay, so this is. I'm glad I didn't release my pathfinding video yesterday, because this is gonna break things. Oh, we're still. Oh, because I'm claustrophobic. Hold on, get rid of the panic sound. What was wrong with weapon durability? Anytime you swung your weapon, there was a chance to lose durability, including when you were hitting another thing. So you get like a double durability loss. And it had something to do with like hitting a door. How the skylight wasn't working. Light's coming in through the closed curtain. Like just a little bit of light. All right, allow mods to fill registries by running, plus how to update mods in the 42.13 guide. Added checks to see if clothing items are worn or equipped before ripping recipes will be bypassed if the parent container for the clothing item is a corpse. Oh, can you rip clothes on corpses now? Is that back? That'd be kind of nice. Updated debug right mouse click options use the same icon as the debug icon. Can I just... I guess I just spawned some zombies with a katana. Yeah, you can rip from inside a corpse. Tailoring is usable again, unless they... Did they speed up the ripping speed of clothes? That's way faster, right? Oh my god. Does getting thread take forever too? Or is that not going to be a multi-day journey for me? Does it have to be clean to get thread from them? Tailoring. Thread. Pick thread. Need tailoring level 1. We can fix that. Alright, I need a clean rag and a light source. I don't know why they switched cleaning everything to be like 12 different menus, by the way. I think this still takes forever. Maybe not. You still get 1 unit of thread from that. That's brutal. Absolutely brutal. Does light from inside a building bleed outside through the curtains? Probably. Worn bandages now show if they become bloody. Worn clean bandage models will dynamically change to the bloody version if the bandage itself becomes bloody. Awesome. Added new toy items. Added quick tips displayed when loading a game. Ooh. Adjust vehicle physics so trailers twitch less. I don't know. Sometimes the trailers would just flip over on their own. We'll have to see if they fix that. Emergency vehicles with radio will have automated broadcast channel in presets. Ooh, you can get that immediately. Radford just posted in the Discord how they changed zombie fence pathfinding. It's broken as hell. Oh boy. Are you saying my Discord? Radford, are you in here? Can I show your video on stream? Go for it? Okay, thank you. You guys can't link. You can't put links. They're deleted. Are the zombies trying to walk around the fence? Oh my god. Oh no. Is it because the fence isn't closed in so they won't try to jump it? That's amazing. All right. Well, that's a thing. Thanks for making that clip, Radford. That's a bit too smart for a zombie. Yeah, the zombies are definitely a little too smart. Fence mazes? Oh, yeah, you could totally just make like a tower defense situation. So you can't smash zombie heads in after they vault? What do you mean you can't smash their head in after they vault? Won't they vault into like a squared off fence? Hey, you. Follow me. No, don't do the turnaround. Okay, that was a really unfortunate aiming situation there. Yeah, with that setup, you won't be able to fence fight them, but you'd definitely be able to stuff. Is culling fixed? Don't know. Haven't started multiplayer yet. There was an option in the sandbox options. I'm sure people saw that where like it would delete zombies after 300. That is the culling setting, so you might be able to set it per server. Who knows? You might just be able to set it to like 1,000. Does the satchel still have the same inventory space? Good question. 12? Yeah, I think it does. So you can have a backpack and a satchel default. It's super sick. Although I'll point out that that's going to double slow you unless they changed it. Character info window trait tooltips now show the trait description in addition to the name. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I know new people struggled with that. Escape and enter keys. Activate the back and next button in the sandbox options screen when creating a character. That's awesome. Updated icons for siphoning and adding fuel to a vehicle. Added the accessibility option to automatically mark locations on the world map when print media items are read. Okay, that's a permanent turn on, by the way. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that. There we go. Auto reveal printed map media locations. Unless you're like, I don't know. Something. You're doing like a challenge or something and you don't want it to show up. Backpacks will display their blood level on a scale of 1 to 100 and right-clicking on sinks for a washing option. Oh, that's cool. Wound and zombie damage will not appear as clothing option categories in character creation when all clothing unlocked sandbox settings enabled. The old legacy decorative corn tiles will be replaced by the new functional corn crop tiles. There's going to be so much corn in the world. Can you dry it and like use it as grain? We might have like near infinite food source. Could be very interesting. The corn was added in the last hotfix. I went past some corn that was fake, but maybe it was like partially done. Do you get farming XP from harvesting crops? Not the ones you didn't plant. You definitely saw some real corn X Akron. Well, that's awesome though. That like it's actually real. It's just a straight good thing. Added additional bit flag setting for climbable standalone walls to include non-fence types, which allows the walk to pathfinding to function with them. Added additional logic to the walk to cursor. If an invalid square is selected, not a floor or an empty space, it will check for a valid square below up to the Z level limit. This allows traversing downstairs. Hey, you can go downstairs again. Going from a lower to higher elevation is not possible yet. Rip. Will spawned corn become player corn after the first harvest? Only strawberries do that, right? Corn doesn't have multiple harvests, does it? I haven't done much farming because the farming is like kind of garbage right now. Added check to prevent interacting with crates and containers directly through stairs. Interacting over the edge of stairs is still possible. Added additional logic to gamepad detection in the main menu to handle disconnecting controllers at the main menu. Guys, my complaints are heard. Reverting fully to keyboard and mouse control scheme until a controller is reconnected. Added displaying labels when mousing over the brochure and flyer icons in the in-game map. Restore the good color halo text appearing above the character model when auto-learning craft recipes. Add a good color for growing seasons, mechanics, and generator recipes are auto-learned. Oh, I wonder if you... Did they fix the learning generator recipe by having level 3 mechanics? Added non-perishable property to item scripts where appropriate. This property is a flag to explicitly say a food item is intended to be non-perishable. Otherwise, it will be flagged during verify script item variable checks. Added days fresh and days totally rotten property to many natural items and products. Oh no, is milk gonna go rotten now? Just in time for multiplayer? Wonder if they fix the metal drums not being able to hold liquids. You reported the bug. There's some drums nearby. Wait, where this place? Oh, I thought the game crashed. Whoop. Is this real? It is not real. Let's get away from the zombies so they're not just walking. No, the chunks still chug. Yeah, when you're driving around, it chugs like crazy. I don't know if they fixed that for multiplayer. I haven't played it yet, but I assume it's still going to. Added tying animations for building workstations and items. Swapped out... Oh, this is all just animation stuff. Adjusted the shove animation so the screwdriver doesn't intersect with the head. Made eating muscles use eat small. Change drinking from cooking pot so the prop animates like it's being drunk from. Filleting fish uses a slice food animation. Recentered normal glasses as they were offset. Changed cowboy canteen to have no mask. Added a timed action to kiln recipes as a temporary fix. This does not really belong in the animations thing. Good thing I read through this. Change protection areas for hooded items. Yeah, this is balance. Made CD model slightly thicker to avoid Z fighting. New mixed herb sprites for drying racks. Interesting. Normal glasses were offset. Why must I be cursed with this knowledge? I knew about that. Someone pointed that out on the subreddit, I'm pretty sure. Did we time travel to 26? Yep. We're a month early. Glassworking, powdery, and blacksmith not in this update? What do you mean it's not in this update? Glassmaking is still here. You mean like updates to them? Hey, where's the blacksmithing? Actually, though, it's just metalworking now. The trees weren't finished. There never was one here? Oh, I don't know. You probably just have to click like the furnace and stuff to get it right. I mean, I still have a lot to read through, but I assume they haven't done anything with the crafting. Is the lighting like slightly better here? Maybe they changed the texture or something. I don't know. It looks weird. Yeah, it's still here. I think it's that light being on. All right, balance changes. Here are the things we care about. Added a distance bonus for finding items further apart in foraging. The bonus is capped at 20 squares. This bonus is a snapshot. The instant an item begins to be revealed. XP bonuses for difficult finds, diminishing returns for low-level items still apply. XP has been removed from the pickup action while foraging. Only finds will grant XP. Discard item option has been removed. Oh, that's a song. Updated force find. Now checks to place a new item when maximum 2D distance traveled without a find increases. So only finds will grant XP. Am I gonna get like terrible XP while foraging now? I have search on. I just have the option set so I don't see. So I'm only gonna get XP from this. I got a lot of XP from that. That was a lot of XP for thistles. I think they combined it, yeah. That also means if you get a bonus for spotting them from farther away, you want to be in combat stance while walking around to level up. Or at least be crouching for the bonus vision range. So this is 3.74, 3.4, and if I'm in combat stance, it's 4.5. I think combat stance might be like necessary. At least be crouch walking when you're foraging now. It's literally just free XP. 21 XP for a twig? Okay, foraging is insane. Thistles go stale now? Apparently. They said they added a bunch of natural items to the able to go stale. So that's probably what it was. As if it wasn't already broken. Yeah, it was already pretty strong. I don't know how many people saw it, but like when you change this focus, if you're in like a nice forest biome, like every single item would just turn into whatever you search for. It's crazy. It's a fun mechanic. I like the idea that spending extra time, stale berry and minus 1,000 happiness. Yeah. Checking on higher foraging levels. Increasing your foraging level doesn't increase the amount of experience you get, but it would increase the distance you could spot things. which is pretty interesting. I guess I can like level 9 foraging and try to see stuff from farther away. So the twig was 29 XP, right? Or 21 XP? I mean, ideally you would want to be like eagle-eyed and stuff if you cared. Cuz like you could power level your foraging just by. There you go. What did I find? An egg for 38 XP. So I think it went from like 21 to 38. I mean, I spotted that way before I got near it. 16 XP for a skull. That's interesting. I think they nerfed those. Violet gives 11. It might not be that high of a bonus, actually. Branch gave 7 or something like that. Where's the twig when you need one? Hold up. Firewood. Foraging XP goes down as the skill goes up. Does it really? That's sad. Why would they do that? I don't know. Seems pretty fine, honestly. I'm already, 150 XP. Just walking around a little bit out of 9,000. It's going to take me like 40 minutes to get level 10 foraging with no bonus. Foraging has always just been super easy. All right, so claustrophobic characters now gradually gain panic while inside a vehicle. I showed that off earlier. It's pretty slow. You should be able to hop in a car and go to sleep before it bothers you. Smoking now reduces stress for non-smokers too. Smokers get ×2 stress relief. Smoking's back on the menu, boys. Search focus feels like a placebo. It only works in certain situations, is the problem with it. So you have to be very in tune with how the biomes work for it to be useful. Players will no longer spawn with a pistol, magazines, and ammunition. That's sad. The newbies. Although, honestly, with multiplayer out, like, everyone just spawning with a bunch of ammo would have been ridiculous. They just repeatedly kill themselves to get more ammo, right? The former scout trait now grants 1 level in the fishing skill. It now provides make fishing rod, fix fishing rod, and make chum recipes. Former scout is kind of insane because unless they changed it, angler or the fisherman profession and the angler trait don't provide make fishing rod. Kins, they removed discard item on foraging, but you now get all the XP from seeing the item. So you don't even have to pick it up at all. The power creep is real? Yeah, the power creep is real. Chamomile, honey, and mint boost flu recovery when added to a hot beverage. Is the cold a flu? Or is flu a new sickness? Dry produce is now fresh for 30 days and can stay fresh for much longer if cooked. Wow. We're going to be able to have veggies for the entire winter. Food sickness now always reduces over time unless corpse sickness is actively accumulating. Corpse sickness accumulation still respects the decaying corpse health impact settings. What? How do I poison myself? Raw food? Raw food. Steak. Oh, no. Not too late. I don't know what that means. Because right now my food sickness is building up. I thought it was going to just start at max sick and then go down. Yeah, no clue. Someone else will have to figure that out. I'll probably get around to it in like 3 weeks. or longer, a couple months. Yeah, it builds up, then you get sick. I don't know why it says that. Here, let's drink some water too. This will make you sick as well. Oh, that okay. Drinking water. Oh, I wasn't very thirsty, but yeah, it didn't do it how I thought it would. Cooked jars of preserved food that spawn in the world will take as long to get stale or rotten as ones that are created by the player. Large buckets will be consumed when building forges. I need to turn down the music for myself. The building will now check for valid squares before consuming inputs and not afterwards. Tile building. Interesting. That's sus. I guess people destroyed their stuff. Characters with short-sighted will again spawn with the proper classes. Dropping a held item or transferring an item from the ground to the player's hands is much faster. Hey! I'm not going to spend 8 minutes picking up a shotgun. JS 2000. Drop. Okay. Pick it up. It's about as I don't have dexterous right now, and it's about as fast as dexterous without it. That's kind of nice. What about rotten food? There's no rotten food in the save right now. I'll have to get around to that. Opening an umbrella when equipped will keep it equipped in the same hand. Hell yeah. Favorited bandages or rags can now be cleaned or disinfected. Jar of roe is now just make a jar of produce. So I guess just make a jar recipe. Yeah, it caused materials to not build or it caused it to not build and disappear materials. Make a jar of spiffo. Oh, that'd be funny. Just burn the food. Nah, we'll get around to testing poison later. Poison's not important. Stop eating poisonous things. Like that is the answer to poison. Non-thumpable window frames are now properly evaluated. For the presence of windows before allowing scraping. Is this the problem that the checkpoint has where like there's 3 million zombies just hitting that one window? Has to be. It has to be, right? Canned eggplant doesn't need to be cooked to be added to salads or anything else. Open canned vegetables no longer have the has metal tag. So I guess you could open a can of veggies and put it in the microwave and set your house on fire. Restored lighter and lighter disposable, having more than 5 uses. Speaking of microwaves and setting houses on fire. This house has a microwave, right? Yep. Give me that. Give me that. Throw some nails in there for good luck. God, I love that sound. Is the fire going to spread? Nope. I don't know how they messed that. Is that intentional? Like, I don't get it. Ooh, fog. No, my Milky Wave. Remove collision for player placed mouse traps. No! Oh no, I was gonna do that in multiplayer to hurt people in their cars. Dang it. I'm gonna have to find a cardboard box. Jawbone War Axe, when multi is enabled, can strike 2 targets similar to the Fire Axe. It has terrible durability though, so it's like worthless. The large bucket item no longer has a heavy item tag. Ripping, cutting clothes recipes takes 40% the time they previously did. Hell yeah. Restored lighting candles and hurricane lanterns, also equipping them in the player's secondary hand. Adjusted crawler animations when attacking player so they flow better. Scale the inventory window and loot window image buttons and match height with the text buttons. Craft recipes, open sealed fluid containers such as canned beverages. Now uses the unseal input tag instead of on crate code. I don't know. Some weird crafting thing right there. Rebalance the yield from cutting up medium and small leather to be consistent with the yield from large leather. Added missing has metal tags for more items. That means you'll be able to melt them on the blacksmith too, though. Added craft recipe functionality for making the above two items. Added pop bottle rare to the valid inputs for the improvised gas mask recipe. Crop farmer and livestock farmer renamed to farmer and rancher. Do they still have terrible stats? Like the fact the farmer doesn't have like maintenance or strength is kind of sad. Renamed prescription reading glasses. Item 2 reading glasses. Improved prioritization of which part or which body part to bandage. I talked about that earlier. Configured race cars in the NASCAR configuration. I think that makes them spawn, right? Updated. Whoa. Updated metabolics and muscle strain for a few new timed action scripts related to drying racks. I do not want to get sore putting a piece of leather on a drying rack. Added a minimum radius to foraging affinity checks. It now only triggers an affinity find once per chunk. All right, guys. Foraging affinity is not OP anymore. If you heard me earlier talking about getting infinite items, it's not a thing. Ignore it. It's gone. Adjusted trigger for distance XP snapshot to occur when a marker appears. Old car parts and normal suspension parts to junk loot tables. Despawn with a randomized condition. Oh, that's interesting. Added hops to the wild plant loot. Despawn with random amount of seeds, 1 to 10%, 75% of the time when collected. This is kind of really important for those like no loot servers that are going to exist. Affinity find as well. Okay, so the way affinity works is there's like a rock on the ground, right? It has a higher chance of spawning a rock on top of that rock. So instead of it happening infinitely, like every single rock on the ground, because like you go on a field and there's like 1,000 rocks, it'll now only happen once per chunk. Is that once per chunk per a certain period of time or once period? That's a great question because they didn't say. What's up, Foxspots? Glad you caught a stream. Oh, let's see here. Added investigative area window controls to the back button menu for game tab. Hey, controllers actually got some nicer changes. Added missing assembly of garden forks. Guys, the God fork is buildable again. I don't know if it's actually a God fork anymore, though. We'll have to test it out. Change the display category of the watering can from gardening to water container. The improvised battery can be disassembled to recover the battery and electrical wire. In order to facilitate recovering electrical wire, steel wool and aluminum can no longer be used as symbol in the improvised battery. Now only electrical wire can be used. Added slight discomfort to the firefighter jacket and pants. Remember that these are noob trap items, by the way. Adding gasoline to a vehicle will take less time than siphoning the same amount. Cap the survivor in Horde's chance to 15. Oh no. Spears are now melee weapons again. No more omega damage. Do they still crit kill though? You got fooled so hard by the firefighter stuff as a newbie? Yeah, it's a proper newbie trap. This is... I'm I don't really quite understand what this means, but if it means there's only a 15% chance for there to be a bag zombie in like a road horde spawn, that's a problem. We be having problems, guys. Yeah, like how high is 15? What does 15 mean? Change stick or branch to tree branch or wooden rod for the start fire notch plank tooltip. No longer allowed cooked food to be cooked again. Clicking on a craft station will not open it if the destroy cursor is active. Restore the possibility of characters spawning with trait or profession related keyrings. All police vehicles will have a ham radio. Change wash all others text string to wash all bandages. I saw that earlier and I was wondering about it. Blacklisted decrepit houses without doors from being survivor houses. Map items will now have the green checkmark icon for a player that has read it. Do they mean cooking for XP or just reheating? I don't exactly know what that's referencing. Could you cook things twice for XP? So like 1 out of 7 hordes will have a survivor or so? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it's going to be like. When don't we have problems with this game? I mean, like, bugs are different from balance things, right? Probably having a cooked steak in a stir fry and then cook it again. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. What is the point of the keyrings? Are they useful in any capacity? There are new tools you can put in the keyring instead of like on your bag and stuff, like the handy knife. But the keyrings are just cool. Renamed muffin tray with muffins to plain muffins. Removed manual ingredients toggle for the build menu. I definitely didn't roast them for that. Definitely didn't roast them for that. Okay, anyway. Uh moving on. Where was I? The yield of pasta provided by opening a boxed mac and cheese will be enough to create only 1 pot or pan of pasta instead of 6. I mean, the mac and cheese box didn't even work before. Was it nerfed just because of that? They're like, turn it off, it's too OP. Hope they find a way to reduce the crafting window. It's huge. Yeah. There's just like too much padding around everything. Double clicking on packs of hot dogs, hot dog buns, and hamburger buns will unpack them. Allow so bear to accept item tag dot button instead of base dot button. Removed some old grass tiles. Removed world inventory flute container options from the right click menu. Wait, they're still in inventory. Did I might have checked that barrel incorrectly. Where's a farm? I know there's a farm right here. Nah, it's still on the right click menu. I don't know. I don't know what that meant. Yeah, I know. Isn't that funny? Anyway. Yo! Rednar feet reveal win. Thank you so much for that. I actually don't know that currency. But thank you so much for the 150 and whatever that is. Let's see here. Boop. Got it. Updated leather items names. Removed need to be learned in the crafting recipe builder. Now, okay, that's code stuff. Updated letter item names. Tooltip for fluid containers now display calories, proteins, lipids, carbohydrates for the current amount in the container, not per 1,000 milliliters. Hell yeah. Wait, can you plumb the feeding trough to a sink? I don't know, actually. New Taiwanese dollar. 150, approximately $5. Well, thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate it. Added calorie and carb values for some fluids. Tooltip now displays values when there's 0. Interesting. Walls no longer cut away when the player aims, hovers over buildings. No! No! I won't be able to see the zombies on the wall anymore. Why would you do that? That actually kind of sucks. I get it, though. Image stability. Yeah. As much as that sucks, it's also a lot more visually appealing. Why that was so good? Yeah, I know. They'll have to figure out some way to do that. Like, if there's a zombie there, it, like, does, like, transparency around the zombie or something. Like, we have to be able to see the zombies that are there somehow. Added sparklers to the pool items that can spawn as clutter for the house party. Ooh. So that they are less bottlenecked as pipe bomb ingredients. I mean, you just use bullets to get gunpowder. Unless they change what a pipe bomb is, because I don't know about that. Remove crushed limestone from the game. Steel manufacturing recipes now use limestone instead of crushed limestone. Removed crushed copper and iron ore from the game. Interesting. Closed umbrellas have the same maximum condition value as open umbrellas. I wonder if you could loop the condition by opening and closing it. Added missing sharpness quality and sharpenable tag to the handy knife and multi-tool. Added missing sharpness quality to kitchen knives. Edible liquid properties. They already said that. Disabled animated endurance Moodle indicator until edge case issues can be addressed. That's sad. That was such a good addition. Updated loot distribution. Oh, well, entire game's ruined. New sound effects. New sound effects for spear crafting. I think I can ignore these, right? New sound effect for the zombie thumping on windows. Fixed vehicle horns only playing twice. Some sprinters don't play vocals event. Hey, they fixed that. Okay, once again, I guess I have to read through the whole thing. Remove the campfire sound effect. Why? Fix slicing a fish having the painting sound effect. Let's see here. I don't see anything else weird. Pause music. Oh, updated the sound banks. Interesting. There's new songs, probably. New implementation for armor break sounds. That's pretty cool. The pause music now automatically switches to active lowest intensity track, respecting volume settings. So if you pause while you're in combat, it'll switch to like chill music and not just be blaring in your ears the entire time. Removed play music when paused. Menu option. Music can still be toggled on and off in game with the toggle music keybind. Okay, we're into the fixes. Fix an angled headed flashlight. Attach a Alice gear, allowing crafting and reading when facing any direction. What does it matter that you're facing a direction in reading? Confused? Am I gonna have to face west to read a book with a flashlight on my Alice gear? Why am I getting spammed? All right, fixed ragdolls, ignoring stomps. Praise the sun. Fixed walkie-talkies, clipping the ground. Sleeping while holding a fishing rod, disabling fishing until the rod is re-equipped. That's interesting. Fixed not being able to grab eggs from a coop with equipped tools and weapons. I don't think I ran into that. Fixed slicing small fish, modifying hunger value improperly. Smile. Let's see here. Fixed performance drop when the player made building code runs, when there are no player made buildings in the current cell. Fixed infinite maintenance XP using the sharpened blade recipe. Fixed physics hit reaction script, not being cleared when scripts are reloaded. Animal trap, not resetting the time an animal has been inside the trap when the next animal is trapped. Oh yeah, your trap could like instantly explode. Fixed there being both a room report and a coordinates report. In some instances, when right mouse click on a tile. Fix improper model references for spiked left and right football pads. On female character models. Missing wear option for the shoulder pads. Players being able to add ingredients in the evolved recipe ingredients list that are in containers that the player has walked away from after the list is generated. What a bug. Fix missing hand raise indicator for jaw stabs with the carving fork weapon. The carving fork is like sleeper good, by the way. Yeah, you gotta let the game simmer. It updates too much, especially like this most recent update broke your saves. So like now you have to restart again, basically, or like go in and debug and fix your save. I definitely wait for like stable to do a proper long-term run. But me, I'm just gonna keep playing the game because it's fun. Fix the reported issue with unequipping forged copper, gold, silver hurricane lanterns. No idea. Being able to spam place animal traps. Turn on off appearing in the sink's context menu when the washer dryer is nearby. Animal skeleton debug rendering not respecting the animal's scale. Loot window takes same type button ignores unwanted items. Slice fish recipe not accepting knives. An issue where a quick right click would both activate aiming stance and open the context menu. Opening bottles of wine not working. Oh yeah, I ran into that. Exceptions when a hand weapon's muzzle flash model key is unspecified. Depth mapping issues for multiple tiles and 3D models. Bowls with food in them cannot be used to make salads. Ripping clean clothing, producing dirty rags. Like a lot of this is like old stuff that got fixed and the patch note is still here. I don't know. Skill tooltips interfering with the mouse wheel scrolling in the skills panel. Fix the toxic effect for generators not being updated for player-made rooms as roofs are added or removed. Fix being able to chop trees with a broken axe. Sad face. Mechanics, instead of electricity being used to evaluate whether a player should auto-learn the generator recipe on loading a game. Okay, so they did fix it. Took advantage of it while it existed anyway. Chewing tobacco not having a defined stress reduction. Fix not properly removing crush or craft recipe. Fix for the belt option in the character creator not correctly taken into account. Auto-learning generator, growing seasons, and mechanic recipes when getting the relevant skill level, not taking the inventive trait in account and providing a +1 effective skill level bonus. Oh? Is this what it's supposed to do, huh? So you can get generator at level 2 electrical. Suddenly that trait has value. Is a bug where butchering a fish gives different weight based on language still in? There is a patch note that says it was fixed. Yes, they did fix the durability bug as far as I can test. Fix undesired behavior with adding all that can fit to fire tile objects. Fix issues with removing minerals. Star doing interactions for removing stomps and minerals not working. The rendering order of translucent objects and effects. Specific issue with drinking juice boxes placed in the world. An exception when a recipe completes a crafting station that isn't currently loaded. That's another one that I'm pretty sure is an old patch note. Undesired behavior with food containers such as full gas cans being able to be placed in an occupied seat despite being over the decreased capacity of an occupied seat. What is inventative again? It's a trait you can take that it lets you learn stuff one level earlier, like recipes. So YouTube says I'm playing old school RuneScape. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't usually stream on YouTube. It's hard. Fix undesired behavior of food containers. Oh, yep. Already read that. Undesired exploitable behavior with packing food seeds in packets. Something about being falsely evaluated as sealed in crafting recipes. Open and drink quality of life option not appearing for sealed fluid containers that are also in a world inventory, I guess. So like the floor tile. Reading patch notes is OSRS. It kind of is, but like their patch notes are surprisingly short. But that's because they update like every week or 2 weeks, right? Zomboid sailing win. I literally want zomboid sailing. You don't understand how much I want like a little canoe to go up and down the rivers. And then like you can portage it, like put it on your head and start walking around. Oh, it'd be so good. You can do that in Vintage Story, by the way. Put the little canoe on top of your head from that mod. Oh, it's so nice. All you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ. Riverside to West Point is a quick trip of boating. Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome too. Fix an infinite loop calculating the number of sheet ropes that can be added when below ground. Not being able to add sheet ropes to that extend into open air below ground levels. That's interesting. Cap guns registering hits and producing bullet impact sounds in some circumstances. It's like all guns were real. Missing textures or models. Oh, do guns miss now? Or do they always hit? Is that fixed? Throwing traps that explode instantly, not playing their explosion sound. Hold on, we got to test the guns thing. That's kind of important, isn't it? Give me that M9. We're just going to cheat for infinite ammo. Oh, he's out of range. That zombie died. I think they still always hit, don't they? I mean, it might not still always hit, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because there is a chance you still hit. I don't see the accuracy check. Chance 5%, and it took damage. Chance 7%, and it took damage. Yeah, I think they still always hit. Maybe they've rebalanced guns to just always shoot, or always hit zombies when you click on them. They said they made head priority. Yeah, the head is priority. When I'm talking about always hitting, I mean, so this reticle is a chance to hit, right? So when you click on a zombie, I had a 5% chance to hit it. I had a 7% chance to hit it. Yeah, I hit it every single time it did damage. So I assume they just changed it so that you just always hit. They gave up on the chance to hit thing. Fix an error when queuing open or close a curtain while eating, refueling vehicles from a gas pump not being canceled by walking or running. Fix cat pistols not consuming ammo. So it's legacy code that they left in for some reason, but not active. Well, we don't know unless they make a patch note saying, hey, we made it so guns can always hit. We don't know if it's a bug or not. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Fixed cases where days fresh and days totally rotten were the same amount. Except in one case where the item is set to spawn as rotten. Fixed endurance not recovering while sleeping. Interesting. Cat pistol? Yeah, we have toy cat pistols. You can get them at Coalfield from the zombies there. The outer ring is a skill. So the outer ring reflects your, by default, your aim penalty. And through a setting change, your chance to hit. So the bigger it is, the lower your chance to hit. But the aim penalty thing is brutal because it looks like you have a very high chance to hit, but it just means you have no penalties, which is it's just wrong. Like it shouldn't be like that. And then the inner one is like where you're actually aiming, but when you zoom out, it becomes very hard because it's like a single pixel you're clicking on, right? It becomes very hard to actually like click on a zombie's head because the aim icon thing doesn't change size when you zoom out unless you change the setting. So it's like the size of the zombie's head, and then if I zoom in and just look, it's really easy to shoot instead. Not sitting and sleeping at the same time really fucked you up on 0-0. Oh yeah. Yeah, you could screw yourself over pretty easily. Engines pull battery power immediately when starting up, assuming they have enough condition. Previously, they only pulled power a few seconds after a successful start. Fix eyeglasses rendering as icons instead of models on the ground. Fix an error with turning off flashlights outside of player's inventory. Split screen fix for melee targets highlighting. The car battery charger now consumes power from generators. That's interesting. The player walking to an odd position when adding fuel to a fireplace. Zombies sometimes thumping on hoppable doors instead of climbing over. Oh, hey, that's actually kind of awesome. No, that was like a really weird behavior. Low quality knives not spawning embedded in zombie's left leg. Proper capitalization of craft station translations. Errors moving items to and from fanny packs after equipping them. The wall southeast sprites blocking access to containers. Seats that have items spawned on them cannot be removed if the mechanics sheet is disabled. That's unfortunate for testing. Fix issues with a new character profession class. Issues with saved builds. Combo box. Well, it doesn't work, so I guess they reset it. Profession and trait errors and is player stats. Fix the game version button and world seed label not respecting screen resizing. Being unable to remove rear windows without seats. Sandbox loot settings named custom. Not being able to insert or remove batteries from CD players. Not being able to split soup in a forged pot into bowls. Error when equipping weapons while wearing an unstowed backpack sprayer. Error when opening and eating. Putting animals in trailers. Pathfinding failing when adding fuel to solid or solid trans fireplaces. What does that even mean? Including an antique stove. And the metal barrel oven. Fix issues with the gunlight battery removal insertion. Oh man, Rick's MLC spent so long fixing that, and it just gets fixed in the next patch like a month later. RPG Night Survivor House is not spawning papers and notebooks. That's fun. Crafted jars being weightless, allowing their use in crafting recipes that require jars. Oh, and allow their use. Disassembled troughs continue to collect water. That's awesome. Fixed character being able to exercise while seated. Again. Oh, that's funny. What's up, Rick Stectrix? Was I expecting this? So yesterday, I saw. You can actually check my Discord, I guess. But I saw them messing with the store page. So yeah, I expected this to happen soon. But I found out yesterday when I saw them mess with the store page. Painted objects. Also, I don't think anything has changed on the store page, so I'm not sure why that happened. Painted objects and signs glowing in the dark. No, that's fun. Even in wondering about the exercise while seated thing, if you exercise and at the same time you start exercising, you do a different animation. You can exercise infinitely. So what's been going on is people figure out and exploit the exercise in some other animation, and then the devs fix it. But they don't fix it for every single animation for some reason. So we've just been going through and finding new animations to exploit it. I don't know. It's weird. So I guess someone figured out how to do it while seated again. Sealed liquid containers can be used in some contexts despite being sealed. Placing radios with furniture tool displays sprite instead of the 3D model. Before water shut off, placing rain collector above a plumb sink. Break that sink's fill right mouse click sub menu. I think I broke a sink doing that actually. And I didn't notice either. You'd think they would just have a check that runs to make sure you're not trying to perform something while exercising. Yeah, I don't exactly know why that's a bug in the first place. They might be getting ready for official build 42 and thus maybe looking at how out of date the store's page is. I mean, at the top, hold up. Okay, that's highlighted, so I should be able to get back to it. Oh wait, no, I'm in the patch notes. In the actual Steam post, they kind of hint that they're gonna move it to stable pretty fast as soon as like the bugs are fixed. I don't know. Crafting stuff. Oh wait, no, wrong thing. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. There's the saves created before unstable 42.13 are no longer compatible. When it's clear that the version is stable enough, and likely after it's been hotfixed, the latest version of 42.13 will be uploaded to GOG. Okay, so I was confused about that. I thought that was uploaded to stable, but no, it's just good old gaming. Fix the generator's noise radius not reducing when surrounded by walls. Is it intended that you like poison yourself to fill up your generator? I'm so confused. Oh, that's funny. Wakeful doesn't exist in the trait menu when you go to create character. Yeah, the sleep traits are gone. Rip to all the rat racers. Yeah, I'm sure some rat racer will figure out the exact actions you need to do to fix your save. But for right now, I would hope they just don't bother playing rat race. You can make an outhouse, build a Ginny, and then fuel fix it from the doorway. Yeah, you can. I mean, the thing is, like, the generator noise isn't so loud that it pulls zombies from, like, an area that's not next to you anyway, unless you're playing on pinpoint hearing. You can also take slow reader and fast reader. Yeah, so as far as we can tell, the exclusions don't work right now. So, like, they mess around with the profession stuff and traits, and you can just take any trait you want. Let's see here. Fix the quern mill hand press recipes consuming uses of seeds instead of the whole seed. Uh-oh. Is making vegetable oil going to cost a lot more seeds now? The favorited rags bandages not retaining favorited status upon cleaning them. Cake preparation not cooking without extra ingredients. Baking recipes duplicating their baking pans. Craftsman metal crate being created mid-air. Aim penalty calculation for non-sighted shots. Fixed the aim penalty calculation for non-sighted shots, but we can't miss. That's funny. That is really funny. Wine screw top been oversized and not aligned during drinking animation. Yeah, how many fixes are left? Okay, like none. Cool. Mod options passing nil as a string parameter if the field is left empty. It will be replaced by a string with a single space. Fixed chunks and negative coordinates outside of the map are corrupted on reload. Fix an error when character jumps out of windows or over railings at height. Hazmat suits can't be activated in order to protect a player from dangerous fumes. Self-contained breathing apparatus can't be activated after removing and attaching the oxygen tank. Not being able to shoot animals. Oh no! They were right. Someone called it earlier. Every player benefiting from the expert trait, whether they started as a lumberjack or not. Yeah, the generator does draw zombies away from, like, going into your house. So it's kind of useful that way. They screwed up the back end. 14 years of tech debt. Yeah. Yeah, 14 years of tech debt. That's all I gotta say. The small, simple plant racks having wooden rods in the requirements. Some tile textures with bad alpha. Freezers spawning food in looted buildings. Oh, I did kind of notice that. Jackets having hoodie in the display name. Muzzle flash not appearing every frame. Old font still being available in game. Some white space mixing of spaces tabs in the junk table. Vehicle stories and zone stories spawning on water when the map changes have water features overlaying old story and navigation zones. That's funny. Sheep losing milk on quit and reload. Fix an error when checking show craft build and build recipes used in from an items right mouse click menu. Okay, so here we go. Tech, code cleanup, and debug. Updated JRE to Java 25. So you no longer have to manually do that yourself, although I still think GraalVM might be better. Added back body location group. Okay, this stuff is like way out of people's carrying range. But anyways, they added back something that was needed by the clothing mods, added a cheat display and debug in the watermark. Oh yeah, in the bottom right. Oh, it's kind of behind my face though. So my cat face. But you can see what cheats people have on in the bottom right in a watermark. The Linux version will use Wayland if available. Added extra details to tile geometry editor, quality life improvement for the Lua debugger, object viewer. I don't think anyone really cares about this stuff except for me and the modders. Fix the cursor blink rate of text entry boxes in the Lua debugger. Yeah, like These functions check to see if a player can stand in a square or stand in an adjacent square. Interesting. This is to ensure that surface clutter inventory items don't spawn in circumstances where a player is unable to reach them. Okay, that's actually kind of good. Oh no, Rick is angry because he can't secretly cheat in the videos. Added character stat class for unified handling of character stats. Awesome. Remove the legacy fear stat. Remove drunkenness, or replace drunkenness with intoxication. Replace stress from cigarettes with nicotine withdrawal. Oh, that's funny. Introduce a namespace resource system, unify resource management. Over time, more internal enums and classes will adopt a system, allowing mods to register entries with their own namespaces, improving mod compatibility. Removed duplicate tiles. Interesting. Cool. All right. Gotta do it legit now, Pickle Rick. That's great. Think for little bits. The real battle bee. So, that leaves us with some interesting gameplay. First of all, you can have a backpack and a satchel equipped at the same time. You encounter duplicate tiles a lot. I didn't really, but maybe I did. Like, it's hard to remember. Because, like, there's a lot of little, like, map errors, too. But I know it's talking about modding and not map error stuff. What do we need to check out? Any requests? Ziggy was on your desk stealing your chicken? Oh, no. Car lights. Why am I checking out a car light? Did it mention anything about the car light? Oh, wait. Wait. Wasn't there a, like, oh no thing? Oh, I need to check out the, fix the brazier tile is non-functional. Hey, you can use it again. Wasn't there a... It was a bug I was using a lot. Yeah, inventative is probably a relevant skill nowadays, by the way. Oh, I need to test smoking. I need to test smoker real fast. Let's just make a new character. Not being able to see zombies on the wall. I can't really test that. That's just going to be a thing, right? Yeah, they changed the room lighting with barricades. So, like, if you put a curtain down, it actually lets a little bit of light through now. Which will matter because you can't... smoker's a bad trait. Oh, by the way, Rick, motion sensitive, it just makes you get a fever that doesn't kill you while you're driving. So it's literally free 4 points. I don't understand why this exists right now, because it's just not, like, properly balanced or anything. Oh, I needed to check attack speed with Expert as well. I can check that pretty fast if I just spawn as a lumberjack. You might replace claustrophobic with this for your build. Does fever not affect any other stats? It makes you overheat, which will make you really thirsty and tired faster. An idea what's the deal with all the mods being incompatible? It's not. They aren't compatible. They like completely change the way modding works. New cryogenic stat, let's go. Or strat, let's go. Yeah. Seriously though. Let's see here. Body intoxication. Stress from nicotine withdrawal. Time since last smoke. Oh, I'm in God mode. That's why that's not counting up. Ooh, let me grab a idleness cranked up to make you bored. Does that mean going inside doesn't instantly make you bored? I think they changed this like a patch or two ago, but I never really realized that. Can you develop the smoker trait? I don't believe so. But cigarettes actually reduce stress for non-smokers. If I could spell cigarette pack. Oh, I still need a lighter. Oh, let's grab a watch too to see how long I get before I start getting screwed. Also, don't you cough when you have a smoker? All right, so about an hour after you spawn in, you're already getting stressed from your cigarette. Oh boy. It looks like it's going to take quite a while before it actually builds up though. Intoxicated from drinking, but we don't actually get sick, right? They changed the name of that. Did I know you still get boredom outdoors? Yeah. I didn't know they made it so you don't automatically get it just for walking inside, though. So this should pop up as stress soon. Soon, being keyword here. Ah! How dare. So, that confirms a sound bug that's still in the game. That zombie did not make a aggro sound and growl while walking to me until it appeared. So that bug is still in the game. Have I been on multiplayer yet? Nope. I have not been on multiplayer yet. Bonsai has a server up already with like sprinters. I'm gonna go over there once I'm done with this testing. Dedicated servers aren't supported yet. That would suck. You should get motion sickness when you're in the passenger seat. B Ruin says they set up dedicated and it works fine. All right, there's the stress. I'm just gonna crank this. First of all, you can only get up to 50% stress from a cigarette. So I'm gonna give myself max stress as well. Let's smoke a cigarette. Smoke. Okay, that made me cough. It removed my stress from nicotine withdrawal, but it only reduced it by like 10, not even 10%. It was like a little less than 10%. So that's another zombie that did that, by the way. Default multiplayer speed limit for cars is 70. I mean, the game starts like lagging bad past 50 anyway. Yeah, it doesn't reduce your stress by all that much anymore, which is kind of sad. Chain smoking strat, let's go. Yeah, chain smoking it is. All right, let's grab a... Did not want to click that. A axe. And a crowbar. Do they swing at the same speed? Make your bets. All right. I don't know. That's what's supposed to happen when a zombie is aggroing you. I can hear him walking to me and everything. It's legit the same. It looked pretty similar, didn't it? I would have to take like a video and put All right, now what we have to do though is make a new character without Lumberjack and see if that character is slower. Yeah, it's the same speed as it was last patch. So you know where it says it's inadvisable to have more than 20 players on a server? In build 41, it was 30 players. A crowbar is visibly slower? It didn't seem like it was slower. Was it? Do I actually have to? Hold up. Let me actually record and check. You didn't notice we all had Axeman? Thought axes were just good by default forever now? Every single weapon was benefiting from Axeman. Oh, there was a little note down at the bottom talking about sirens. Maybe a 0.1 difference between... Okay, fine. Okay. I'm streaming to 2 sites and I'm now going to click record because of you people. All right, that's 5 swings. And that's 5 swings. Let's see if that recording actually functions or if it's just dead. Oh, I think I don't get sound from it. Hey, it actually recorded fine. That's surprising. Let's see here. Let's open up DaVinci Resolve. I actually don't remember how to put a timestamp on a clip in DaVinci Resolve, so this might take a minute. Wonder how fast Axeman is now then? It was either 20% or 30% faster, if it's actually working. One thing to do, though, is switch to a different character without Lumberjack and see if it doesn't apply to them. You return to the game and see week 1 is unavailable. What's going on? Build 42 unstable multiplayer has released. All your saves are incompatible, and basically every single mod is incompatible. Okay. Now that is slow. You mean you can't find the mod page on Steam? It was probably removed so that people don't spam them while they update it. The crowbar is fast. Did I have Axeman before? Yes. I was a Lumberjack before. The crowbar is faster than the axe. I think they... I think they didn't realize that Axpert was buffing every single weapon in the game. So they made it not buff axes when you're not Axpert. So everything else is still faster. Literally nerfed. Oh no, that's fucking hilarious. That's hilarious. I love it. I love it. No, I don't want to update. All right. Boop. I can tell you right now, just looking from the audio file here. Hold up, let's just do this. Split. How do you split these? Bro, that background sound though. It might be slightly slower on the second swing, but it's the same after every single swing. So it's definitely like slightly slower. Maybe? Old man swing speed? Yeah, definitely having an axe without Axeman is way worse than just not being a lumberjack. So it is slightly. Well, it seems like the first swing to the second swing takes a little bit more time. But then every single swing after that is the same time. So, you know, I guess if you're only ever swinging twice, it's slower. I don't know. That's weird. It's probably bugged though, right? Because like it was already bugged in the first place. Because even if I line up the second one, right? We ignore this first swing. This lines up fine. With all of them. I don't know. I'll check that more later. Do I know if Zombie Fix would work with multiplayer? They would have to edit it. The axe still gets an extra level for the damage calculator. Yeah, that is a thing that people will just have to deal with, I guess. Be a lumberjack. I'm just gonna go hunter though. And probably Taylor for the memes. Axe is heavier, so it should be slower. That's not how the game works. But you're right. Like it should actually be slower because it's heavier, but hold up. In multiplayer, do the zombies disappear? Let's go into multiplayer and find out. How's that sound? Need to pop open this. And this. And then pop it back open again. Maybe I should like cover that up, huh? Taylor isn't needed long term. I mean, you might be able to just okay. So Taylor is level 4 starting, but it costs more than being unemployed and taking sower. So I feel like you just do custom occupation and then you take sower to be a tailor. I'm very excited to see what bugs in our multiplayer. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. Oh yeah, debug connection. Forgot about that. Darn. Steam. I don't know why the scythes aren't at least usable when you can swing a umbrella around like a spirit. Yeah, there's like some interesting choices that maybe they'll eventually catch up to. Wonder how bad towing will be. There was no mention of fixing towing in that. What was already tested? You can wear a backpack and a satchel. Guns still seem to always damage zombies, even if you're at a range you should miss at. You know, just the normal things. All right, sorry, I'm working on stuff on the side. I think I'm going to end the YouTube stream, and I'll just be playing multiplayer in Twitch, because there's probably going to be about 1 million people yelling in my ears this whole time. Can you still shoot backwards? I didn't check that actually. Is the backpack and satchel thing a bug or a feature? That it seems to be a feature because they added satchels to have their own body slot. So I will see the YouTube people next update, which probably will not be that long from now. I'll skip the hot fixes because they're probably going to spam them out, right? But the next update, hopefully there'll be a lot of like crafting changes, or just like all the multiplayer people are going to be complaining about stuff, and I'm sure they'll start fixing it. Wonder if there's anything else like the satchel. Potentially. Potentially.